Acid reflux is a topic which has come up quite a few times in my health groups that I work with. And when I do public speaking, when I speak with professionals and just stressed out individuals all over. Now, one of the things that happens with acid reflux is that many people get misdiagnosed that it's high stomach acid. And so many times I've spoken to multiple practitioners, different professionals in the industry, and they've had the same thing that when people have been diagnosed high acid in their stomach, high stomach acid, and they're getting reflux, they're then getting prescribed things like lansoprazole to lower this stomach acid. When it's not actually stomach acid that's the problem, or well, being high in the first place, it's actually low. And if you are having problems with stomach acid and you're having reflux, you're having heartburn, you're having these things, these signs that there's an issue there, chances are that you're also struggling to drop weight. Now, there's a massive link with this, with our gut health and these signs, and with people's ability to be able to drop weight effectively. Now, what actually happens while you have reflux in the first place is usually 99 times out of 100 low stomach acid. Now, we need stomach acid to break down our proteins and degrade them so we can actually utilize these nutrients. We need stomach acid so we can get the pancreas to stimulate and actually release enzymes to help you digest carbohydrates. And we need stomach acid to do the same thing with your gallbladder and liver to release bile. So we can break down and denature the fats, amongst other things that actually go on. Now, if we haven't got that stomach acid, we then have issues. And the more times we are stressed, the more times our stomach acid is going to have issues with getting lower and lower and lower. Or the signaling from our brain from chewing our food isn't going to get down through our vagus nerve to actually stimulate this production of these enzymes and production of this hydrochloric acid, this stomach acid. As a result, what happens is this food goes into our stomach and it kind of putrefies. It goes wrong. It goes horrible, goes rancid, and it has acid, this gas that comes up as a result. Now, when we go into different positions, or maybe we go through different stress, we also have inflammation in this little kind of door in our esophagus, the doorway to our gut, shall we say, to our stomach, our esophageal sphincter. Now, this, when we think about a wooden door that's been left over the years, they warp and they don't really fit the doorway as well. There's little gaps. And this is what happens with this reflux. This door doesn't close effectively. So we then get the reflux that comes up as a result. Now, medication is designed to lower stomach acid. It's a medication designed for high stomach acid, which is what people feel is actually happening with this reflux. It's designed to get it lower. Now, if you're on this medication, chances are you won't get those symptoms of reflux. So we think that it's actually working. We think that this reflux has been an issue. We've had high stomach acid. We've had this medication. The doctor has prescribed it to us. But actually, what we don't realize is that if it is low stomach acid which is causing it, that little bit of stomach acid might still do us some good. So actually lowering it even more is going to cause worse problems with digestion, worse problems with getting the nutrients into our body, and so forth. What we actually need to do is work on our vagus nerve, a nerve that connects our brainstem, at the bottom of our brainstem, down to our gut, to our organs, to our lungs, to our kidney, all these sorts of things, all our vital organs. Now, it sends messages both ways based on stress. So if we can improve brain function, meditation, non-sleep deep rest, just getting breathing exercises, mindfulness, all these different things, if we can improve brain function, we're going to improve this vagal tone. So we're going to help our gut. We can also chew our food more. There's a process called mastication that when we think about food, we start releasing enzymes, we start salivating. So we release saliva. We have to chew that food enough. So don't be scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Instagram, unless you're liking my stuff. Then when you're eating, make sure you chew your food. Don't eat at your desk. Make sure you're present. Sit there, have this pattern interrupt. I say grace before my meals. Like, have some breaths if you're not religious. Just sit there and pattern interrupt to switch from your fight or flight to rest and digest and make sure you chew your food. You can work on making sure you're getting the nutrients for your brain function, making sure you're getting plenty of good quality fats in your diet. You can also work on your microbiome diversity. So making sure you're getting loads of different fibers and good bacteria in your gut as well. And there's many, many different techniques for doing that. I've talked about it many times on different videos. Now, why does this impact our weight loss? Well, actually, those nutrient deficiencies, say we've got some B vitamin deficiencies, we're not absorbing them as effectively. Well, we're then going to potentially have lower energy. If we've got lower energy, we're more like tempted to get sugar cravings because we're then going to find that we want to get this energy boost. So maybe we give in and we actually have more calories because we can't feel we're going to be able to stick to a diet. We also find that we have blood glucose issues. So our glucose goes up and down. And every time this glucose goes low, we need glucose to fuel our brain. So we release a stress hormone called cortisol. Now, that gets released, it's stressful on the body. So it's going to cause more stress, potentially then leading to more cravings. Then also, if we have lower sleep because of this glucose issues, we're going to be more fatigued, lower energy, more potentials for cravings. If there's studies that show that lowered levels of sleep, actually, even 2 weeks of 6 hours or less sleep can impact your testosterone levels if you're a guy, negatively impact them. Now, bearing in mind that women need more sleep than men, if we are getting low levels of sleep, imagine what it's doing to both male and female hormones just by lowering our levels of sleep. We're also going to have less ability to detoxify. So we're not going to be able to deal with the toxins that are thrown at us day to day. So therefore, our body is going to have more inflammation in there. So again, more hormonal imbalances. That's going to lead to more stress, more blood glucose issues, and it's a vicious circle, which means that we then struggle to stick to a big calorie deficit because the body's detoxifying more and more. We struggle to have the energy to do exercise. We struggle to have the energy to actually just have the brain function to remember to prepare our food and so on. This is just with keeping a basic calories in versus calories out mindset, which a lot of people aren't able to do because of the excess inflammation in their body. So if you look to improve your gut health, that will in turn improve your reflux. Now, if you do that and your body lowers inflammation, your weight loss is going to become so much easier. Now, I talk about this over and over again in my group program. And if you want to learn more about that, the health blueprint is actually available at ojayhealth.com/revitalization. Now, it's just £21 a month. We have a couple of calls each month. We have a messenger group where we get loads of questions answered and have super levels of accountability. We set little challenges and we're going to grow that into making sure that this community is going to support everyone to win after win after win. So you start to get ahead with your goals. Take out that confusion with health, do the minimum to get the maximum results. But if you prefer to work one-to-one, simply drop me a message. I take on 2 one-to-one clients every single month. So drop me a message and we can talk further to see if one-to-one coaching is for you. Thank you for watching and give me a message if you have any questions.